right, hey, so do you want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about things you're involved in here in high school?
I'd love to. So I'm Walker Christie, and I've been involved in the TV studio for 3 years now, since my sophomore year. And yeah, so I've basically been doing that and some robotics, some ADL. I've done basically a lot of things.
You're a dabbler.
I am a dabbler.
All right, and what are you planning to do after high school then? Continue dabbling? Or
Yeah, not as much as that, no. I'm going to Worcester Polytech next year, and I'm going to major in computer science and minor in interactive media and game design, so.
All right, wow,
really
that sounds
excited.
really impressive. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
And do you want to share maybe a favorite memory you have here from high school?
Okay, yeah, so, I don't know, I just think like in total my favorite memories are recording the musicals in the TV studio with Mr. Reed and everyone.
That was really fun.
Yeah, it's just nuts. Oh, and the auction, obviously.
Hey! So I'm here with two great members of the graduating class of 2016. You want to tell me your name and what you're planning to do after high school?
My name is Stephen Leakopoulos, and after high school I plan to go to UMass Boston and continue my track career there and see how it goes.
My name is Malik Arashish. I was part of TV, just saying, all right? I mean, I'm going to go on to Michigan State University. Hashtag go green, hashtag go Spartans, let's get it, all right? Also, I'm going to major in chemistry, and I'm going to try to do like football and stuff like that, so it's about to be fun. So, yeah.
All right, and I know you guys mentioned, you mentioned that you were in TV and you mentioned that we were on track. Oh, and now we're joined by a third member. This is Jeff. You want to introduce yourself and talk about what you're doing after high school?
I'm Jeff Bentz, Mr. TV3. I'm going to Regis College next year, and I'm going to study film and cinema.
Hey, all right, so TV takes you places, guys. All right, so we are here with a big group that's graduating today, and do you want to go down the line and tell me your name and what you're planning to do after high school?
I'm Lydia, and I'm going to Boston College.
I'm Miranda, and I'm going to UMass Amherst.
I'm Isabel, and I'm going to the University of South Carolina.
I'm Olivia, and I'm going to Clemson, so we're going to be rivals next year.
And I'm Sarah, I'm not going anywhere near them.
Where are you going, Sarah?
Where are you going?
Woo! All right,
Poison Ivy
congratulations,
League.
guys.
Please welcome the faculty of Swampscott High School, led by senior class advisors, Miss Melissa Albert and Miss Amy Kammeyer. Valedictorian, Anna Hunt. Class President, Zoe Petty. Class Vice President, Celine Vu. Class Secretary, Olivia Capone. Class Treasurer, Olivia Cook. And now, please welcome the class of 2016. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. I'd like to now call up Juliana Mignon to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I'd like to call up Vice President Celine Vo.
Thank you, Juliana and Mr. Kowalski. Family, friends, faculty, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. Welcome to the Swampscott High School Class of 2016 graduation ceremony. Today, we celebrate 4 years of hard work and precious memories made at Swampscott High. Some of the best times include the road to the garden, Sadie's, and coordinating whose house you would take pictures at, Canopy Lake, and defending everything we did with, but it's a tradition, the junior show, junior prom, the first day of senior year, before we knew the hardships of applying to colleges, and before our parents knew how expensive it was simply to apply to college. The girls in this grade who all missed Powder Puff, our late night pizza breaks, and our 6 Powder Puff coaches. Never forget how great it was to come together for a month and all fall in love with Sarah Cunningham. And finally, senior prom, my favorite event of high school. Getting dolled up and dancing the night away with my best friends. The class of 2016, described in one word, would be exceptional. Not because we are simply graduating from a great learning institution, but because of our successes as a class. Our accomplishments as a class come from our willingness to help one another, determination to succeed, and strong bond. I believe that with each obstacle that has been placed in our paths, we've challenged and faced them head-on with courage and passion. Our efforts in defying expectations and meeting and exceeding goals define us as a class and as exceptional high school graduates. And as we begin to move on towards the next chapter of our lives, I feel compelled to share this quote with you all by Eleanor Roosevelt. "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." I assure you that as long as you remember where you come from and never lose sight of your dreams, success will always find you. Swampscott has given us the tools that we need to prosper as knowledgeable, thoughtful, and contributing citizens, and so I remind you all to always keep the lessons that this special little town has taught us in your hearts as we enter the next phase of our lives. Finally, I would like to thank all of the teachers, family, and friends who are here today, and most importantly, for helping us reach this point. We couldn't have done it without all of your support. I'd like to especially extend my gratitude towards my parents, who have always been there for me, and my best friend, the Obama to my Biden, Zoe, for the endless amount of support and laughs we've shared through our presidential journey. It has truly been a pleasure serving you all, and I will always be proud to be a class member and vice president of the class of 2016. Now, I'd like to welcome to the stage Superintendent Ms. Pamela Angelakis.
Good afternoon, class of 2016. When I thought about the words of wisdom I would share with you this afternoon, one word kept coming to mind for this class. That word is resilience. Resilience. Defined in Merriam-Webster's dictionary as the ability to become strong, healthy, or successful again after something bad happens, or the ability to recover from or adjust easily to misfortune or change. As a small child, most of us learned to ride a bicycle without training wheels. Did it happen in an instant? Not likely. There were bumps, bruises, scrapes, and sprains along the way. Did we give up trying? Not a chance. Please raise your hand now if you have the ability to ride a two-wheel bicycle. Nice. I was actually just seeing if you were still listening. Why did you all succeed? Because of resilience. Each time you fell, you learned how to adjust, how to change or modify your behavior to help you to succeed. You were sheltered from the negative influences of the outside world and encouraged to keep trying by those who loved and supported you. Research has shown resilience is one of the most important character traits for a successful life. You should expect there to be highs and lows, successes and failures, and many mistakes made along the way. Learn from them, adjust, modify your behavior, and try again. They are part of the journey and will make you stronger and more confident to move forward. You have untapped potential, and in the next several years, you will discover strengths and talents you haven't even begun to uncover. No one here today can deny that your senior year at Swampscott High School has been a challenging one. However, because of your resilience, you're all sitting here before us today, and we couldn't be more proud of you. My hope is that you have at least one adult connection at Swampscott High School, that you found that same love and support you found when you were learning to ride a two-wheeler during your years at Swampscott High School. And if you did, remember to say thank you to them today. Their dedication to your success has brought you to us to this special day, where we have the privilege of celebrating all of your accomplishments while we excitedly await your future. In closing, I would like to read a quote from American journalist Gene Chotsky. Resilience isn't a single skill. It's a variety of skills and coping mechanisms. To bounce back from bumps in the road, as well as failures, you should focus on emphasizing the positive. Congratulations, Swampscott High School class of 2016. Wherever life takes you, you will always be part of the Big Blue.
Don't worry, guys, I came prepared. Something I've always respected about Swampscott High School is the phenomenal educators. A teacher usually pounds knowledge into a student's head that they'll probably never remember. But here at Swampscott High, our educators teach with so much passion and understanding of the material that the students actually retain the knowledge. What better representation of the Swampscott High School education system than Mr. Franklin? As a student my junior year, he cared so greatly for us students. He found creative ways to teach the material so we would actually learn, not just memorize. Mr. Franklin's outstanding effort to teach made my effort to learn skyrocket. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the faculty speaker for the class of 2016, Mr. Peter Franklin.
Thank you. Superintendent Angelakis, Mr. Kowalski, Ms. Mackey, members of the school committee, fellow faculty and staff, Queen of Commencement, Brenda Similian, student council officers, parents, family, relatives, random people who just wandered in. There is no basketball game here today, but stay, it's dry. Thank you for being here. But most of all, class of 2016, congratulations. What a ride you've had, what a year you've had. So why am I here? That's a good question. I am honored, I'm humbled, I'm flattered, but I'm also a bit perplexed. Apparently, over the past couple of years, I've had many of you in class, most of you in class, it seems, and I've been the source of, well, a bit of stress and anxiety. I think it can be best summed up in this comment from a student to her mother. Mom, at the beginning of class, we breathe. We meditate a little bit, we're mindful, and Mr. Franklin says it's to help us relieve our stress and anxiety. But does Mr. Franklin realize that he's the primary cause of our stress and anxiety? I love the irony. So perhaps it's time for advice, but here in these envelopes is advice. To thine own self be true, Polonius tu Laertes, and many of you I had in class this year, your parents have weighed in with advice. It's a mystery as to what's in here because these are still sealed and you need to pick them up after graduation, by the way. Likely contain pearls of wisdom about following your passion, making good choices, and most importantly, to thine own self be true as you exit Swampscott High School. So today, maybe not the standard lessons that I've learned. I'd rather talk about happiness. And maybe, just maybe, a little bit about the other 3 sofa legs missing from the sofa in my classroom. They have yet to be returned. No matter where each, and somebody out there is giggling more than anybody else because you still have them. No matter where each of you is headed after today, college, the service, the job market, or even taking a gap year and backpacking around the world, we all have one thing in common: to be happy. That's it. That's the one thing that drives us, our similar goal: to be happy. Cheerful, merry, joyful, jovial, jolly, smiling, grinning, pleased, satisfied, blithe, joyous, happy. And I think there are 2 simple pillars to happiness. After that, everything falls into place: success, wealth, love, contentment, balance. Pillar number 1, gratitude. Be grateful. There is always something for which you can be grateful. It is true that we are constantly on the lookout for problems, and guess what? We find them, and oftentimes they find us. We are experts in problems. We don't typically feel vital, worthy, or useful unless we are gator wrestling problems, and sometimes we are so caught up in our problems, hunting them, apprehending them, dancing with them, solving them, that we tend to forget that there's a lot good about life. Even when it's dark and gloomy and rainy and drizzly and this is the worst day of my life, there's something for which you can be grateful. So give yourself a little gift. Take a moment each day and stop and think of one thing, even if it's minor and insignificant, that's going well for you. It might be a sunrise, might be a sunset, it could be breakfast from Bagel World, a walk with a friend, maybe the cop who stopped you gave you a warning and not a ticket, or maybe you're just having a good hair day. Whatever. Express gratitude. Grateful people are happy people. They are quick to find what's good, and they appreciate even the smallest nuggets of goodness. Pillar number 2, mindfulness. Be mindful. Are you surprised? I wasn't looking for a quote for this speech, but this one actually found me. It's by Anonymous, and I don't know who Anonymous is, but apparently Anonymous is very famous because there were anonymous poems, anonymous comments, anonymous posts everywhere. First, I was dying to finish high school and start college. And then I was dying to finish college and go to work. And then I was dying to marry and have children, and then I was dying for my children to be old enough to go to school so that I could return to work. And then I was dying to retire, and now I'm dying. And suddenly I realized one thing. No, I'm not dying, Casey. I had forgotten to live. So maybe we can look at this another way. Happy people love to bust rhymes. So think of this as Kendrick Lamar meets the Dalai Lama meets Dr. Seuss. You cannot be anywhere other than here. Embrace this moment, or thine own self you'll fear. Don't live a life of worry. Don't be the frantic fool. Embrace this moment, and you'll be very cool. You'll be happy. Breathe in this moment. Give yourself a precious gift, and the success you seek won't be given short shrift. Breathe in this moment. It will be the best yet. A life without worry, a life with no regrets. No regrets, not even one. The past is over, water under the bridge, and though the future may be looming like a mountainous ridge, plant your feet in this moment, suck the nectar out of it. Don't freak about the past because you know you can't control it. Don't freak about the future because you know you can't control it. Don't freak about the weather because you know you can't control it, and you'll be happy. Gratitude and mindfulness will give you great success. Your life will be happy. Your life will be blessed. And one more thing, have fun. Happy people have fun. Class of 2016, congratulations. The next chapter of your life has happily just begun. Thank you.
Some of you know her as Zoe, most of you know her as Obama. Zoe has graciously put our class as her main priority for the past 4 years. As a class president who lives all the way in Boston, is a 3-season athlete, and excels in academics, it's safe to say Zoe exerted more effort than your average high school student by putting her presidential duties in front of her sleep and mental stability. Zoe has shown us what hard work looks like. After giving us her full attention, time, and dedication for the past 4 years, I think it's time we give her ours. So without further ado, please give a warm welcome to the president of the class of 2016, Zoe Petty.
Oh, wow. Okay. My parents are over there, so I may be looking at them. They have a bet with who's going to cry first. I'm betting on you, Patrick. Thank you, Olivia. Obama is my favorite nickname ever, and that introduction is a pretty accurate testament to me, especially the mental health part. Celine and my parents can attest to that. I may cry in this speech. I already cried during Celine's, so please bear with me. It has been a long 4 years for us. But for the families, I know it was a quick blink of an eye. Regardless of how you feel, the day has come, and I appreciate those of you who are here to celebrate us. You have all supported the class and been our backbone, and the reason we're able to walk across this stage today. As we continue into our next chapter, know that you are appreciated. To my family, my mother and father, Maritza and Patrick, who most of you think are cooler than me, but I understand, I thank you immensely for all of your support. Fun fact, freshman year, my mother did not want me to run for class president. She thought it would be too stressful and hard on me. And every time it got hard, I'd come home complaining about a roadblock, she would say, "Well, you wanted to do this. I didn't tell you to go and be a politician." I recently asked her what if I wanted to run for student government again in college at Temple. She quickly told me she would stop paying tuition, so this is my final run. I'm officially retiring from office at the age of 18. They say it takes a village to raise a child. For me, it took a small town in a big city. As Olivia said, I live in Boston. I have been in the MECO program since I was in the 3rd grade. MECO, or Metropolitan Council for Educational Opportunity, is a state-funded grant program that promotes diversity and educational opportunity for more than 3,300 Boston and Springfield school students, as well as thousands of students in the MECO receiving school districts. I am obviously one of those 3,300 students, along with 32 other Swampscott high schoolers, including 5 of my fellow graduates. Coming from a large charter school in Boston, I initially knew nothing of Swampscott, nor did my parents. Being a child, I imagined a swamp like one Shrek protected. Times have changed, and we have grown to love this second home and can do the drive from Swampscott to Boston in our sleep. Back then, when I was welcomed by Miss Angelakis when she was Stanley principal, and the late MECO director, Tara Sisko. Miss Sisko unfortunately lost her battle to cancer in my sophomore year, but we always remember her motivation for us to participate in all Swampscott activities and opportunities, whether they were in the classroom, on the playing field, or on the stage. I am blessed to have been accepted into this community with such open arms. Being a MECO student can be hard. For my senior project, I made a documentary to ask, is MECO worth it? From long bus rides to longer days with extracurriculars and sports, was it worth going to school so far? Some students wake up at 4 in the morning and don't get home till 6 p.m. That is a commitment to education. But my answer is yes. With the help of my friends and their families, I have been able to grasp every opportunity, and I thank you all for helping me for that. From allowing me to stay at your homes, to giving me a ride to the train station, to simply saying you like my prom dress, and mainly not running against me after freshman year. Those small moments that may mean nothing show a MECO student like myself that we are welcomed in this community. But MECO also provides a service to Swampscott. As we unite in the classroom, we now have various lifestyles and perspectives to draw from. From the adventures of Huckleberry Finn to flappers in the 1940s, we're able to speak on a broad spectrum, from race relations to not locking your house doors, which is unheard of in the city. But we appreciate it. We appreciate the opportunity to be here and the opportunity to see your school on Fox News at all times of the day. I must say, though, Swampscott and Hart are great communities. Be proud of where you come from next year. Tell people you're from the seaside communities of Nahant and Swampscott. Don't immediately say Boston. Boston is a great city. Don't get me wrong, I love my home. But Swampscott and Nahant are great too. And just because people haven't heard of them doesn't mean they should be forgotten. As I transitioned in elementary school, we are now transitioning to the real world, the terrifying world that means being an adult. In the times of transition and new changes, I ask that you take it one step at a time, seize every moment, and look for your supporters. Look for your Tara Siskos, Maritza DeCampuses, and Patrick Petty's, my parents. The people who will always encourage you and tell you when it's time to push yourself. I know that you're all capable of excellence because I think our class is the best of the best. In my final official moments as president, I would like to wish you all the best. This class is so gifted in so many ways, from book smarts to general brilliance to the ability to speak to anyone and make a difference. Although I am sad and nervous for the next steps in life, I'm happy to know that this transition is hard because of all the wonderful memories I have and all the amazing friends I have made. I admire this grade. We were always supportive and always stood by our peers. And as my senior quote by fellow President George W. Bush says, whatever the verdict on my presidency, I'm comfortable with the fact that I will not be around to hear it. That's a decision point only history will reach. But I think I did a pretty good job. Knowing that student council could enhance our grades' high school experience was worth every moment of stress. And every memory Celine mentioned earlier was possible because we have the most amazing class. In conclusion, this was fun, a real GT. Being president was the best experience, and I truly mean that. So thank you, class, for letting me be the Obama I always knew I could be. Thank you to Swampscott MECO, the town of Swampscott, of course Swampscott High School, and a final thank you to you, Mrs. Emilian, for always having candy on your desk, the good kind, and for planning this ceremony. And in the words of the great Snapchat philosopher, DJ Khaled, if you wait for they to congratulate you, you played yourself. So congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself, class, on making it this far. And with that, I officially say, Obama out, but the nickname stays even if the power leaves. Thank you.
Now the Swampscott High School Chorus will perform Seasons of Love by Jonathan D. Larson.
525,000 laughter and strife. In 525,600 minutes, how do you measure a year in the life? How about love, love? How about love, love? How about love, love? Measuring love, love. Seasons of love, seasons of love, love, love. 525,600 minutes, 525,000 journeys to plan, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
In truth that she learned, oh, times that he cried, in bridges he burned, oh, the way that she died.
It's time now to sing out, story never ends. Life of friends. Remember the love, love. Remember the love, love. Remember the love, love. Measuring love, love. Seasons of love, love. Remember the love, love. Remember the love, love. Measuring love, love. Seasons of love, love, love.
There's this common sentiment in our high school that during Powder Puff season, all the senior girls become close. I had never anticipated how much this would impact me. I became so close with a lot of girls I had never interacted with much before. In particular, Sarah Cunningham was one. If you know me, you know I'm obsessed with Sarah. She is so intellectually gifted, well-rounded, and funny. But with all these traits, she effortlessly remains to be one of the kindest and most humble people I've ever met. What separates Sarah from her peers is that she has all the attributes that would usually make a person display arrogance, but she is so accepting and compassionate to all. People like Sarah fill our world with the humility and empathy we need to make the world a kinder place. With great pleasure and honor, I am so proud to present the class of 2016 student speaker, Sarah Cunningham.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So before I begin, I would like to thank the faculty, administrators, and school committee for supporting us throughout our high school careers and making Swampscott High School what it is today. I would like to thank everyone who worked on organizing graduation, particularly Mrs. Similian. I would also like to thank all of our family and friends for being there through the impossible tests, the 15-page papers, and the procrastination. And I would like to thank our peers, the members of the class of 2016, for being there for each other throughout these often taxing semesters. I am beyond honored to have been chosen to speak on behalf of such a wonderful class that I'm lucky enough to say I've been a part of for these past 4 years. Standing here today, looking out at everyone sitting before me, I can't help but think that most likely we will never all be together like this again in our lifetimes. It's sad but true. An unfortunate side effect of taking the next steps in our lives to come. No matter if you're going to some form of college or university, or going immediately into the workforce or military, this part of our lives, being in Swampscott's education system, is over. It's time to move on. While this time is over, the memories that we've made here will last us for the rest of our lives. That sounds corny, and maybe it isn't even true for everyone. But this is true. Our time here has shaped who we are and who we as individuals will become. This fact binds us together for the rest of our lives. No matter where we go or where we end up in life, the fact is that all of us went to Swampscott High School, class of 2016. We all had the privilege of having Zoe Petty as our class president for all 4 years of high school. We all had the eye-opening opportunity of having Calvin Terrell come to our school and teach us about the meanings of hate and how to overcome our prejudices. But most importantly, we all had the high school. What this encompasses is different for every individual. For some, it meant a place to play basketball with your friends in the gym after school. And for some, it meant Miss Cisco and the Metco team. For others, it meant a place to participate in clubs or sports, a place to talk with your favorite teachers after school. For some, it was simply a means to an end, getting the diploma that will be in all of our hands soon enough. Whichever category you fall under, maybe more than one, this school has meant something to us for the past 4 years. And whether we know it or not, will stay with us for the rest of our lives. I said at the beginning of this speech that all of us will probably never be in the same place like this together after today. Well, that isn't exactly true. Maybe we won't be together physically, but as a result of our time here at Swampscott High School, each and every person in this audience will live inside all of us for the rest of our lives. We are each other's histories, and that history starts today. Congratulations, class of 2016. We finally did it.
Told you guys she was amazing. In Mrs. Finesmith's history class, we learned what a Renaissance person is. A Renaissance person's expertise spans various different subject areas. They are an outstandingly versatile person with a wide range of intelligence. When you hear this description, it's quite obvious who comes to mind. Anna Hunt. Anna is an amazing singer, a theatrical genius, a straight-A student, a superb athlete. A valedictorian is a student who has the highest academic achievements amongst his or her class. Although today we honor a very prestigious student, the student also deserves admiration and recognition for her many other fantastic qualities. Finding a true Renaissance person is a rarity. The class of 2016 is fortunate to have had a Renaissance person as part of our class for the past 4 years. So without further ado, please welcome the class of 2016 valedictorian, Anna Hunt.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is such a great honor to be here. I would like to express my deepest thanks and appreciation to the parents, teachers, Ms. Similian, of course, administrators, families, friends, and our amazing class. To those who traveled a long way to get here or just strolled down the street, thank you for coming. To those who couldn't be here in person but are here in spirit, thank you for coming. Actually, I know that each one of us in the student body would like to express our own personal thanks. So if I may, let me ask our class to please rise, turn, and give a round of applause to all of those who have made such a difference in our lives. Thank you. That's for you guys back there. Thank you so much from us. We appreciate the roles that you've played in our lives. And we appreciate being able to grow up in a town and a culture that values education and freedom. Now it's our turn to join the cast and take our place on stage. I know a little bit about that, as I've been fortunate to work in the theater throughout my high school career with some very talented individuals and one very devoted director. It's a thrill. We've all taken the stage in some way already, in sports, in the arts, in academics, in our families, in our communities. Shakespeare said it, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women are players. Actually, he wrote, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. If we compare ourselves to the sun, or the earth, or the United States of America, then yeah, we're merely players. Personally, I realize I'm a speck. But in our lives, we're the leading players. I'm the leading lady in my life. You're the leading man in your life. What graduation gives us is a rite of passage. People are asking us, what are you thankful for? What are you going to do? They're reminding us that we get to choose, to some extent, what roles we play in our lives. This is a good thing for us to remember, because we will be the leading player in our lives for the rest of our lives. So, what parts will we play? What songs will we sing? Okay, we don't know yet. That's what we're working on. But the parts that we have played, the songs that we have sung, are clues for each of us. What we liked, what we didn't like, who bugged us, who inspired us. That's our history. That's our past. What we're dreaming about, what we're wishing for, what inspires us, that could be our future. We can all mess up, and we will all mess up. And the game of life will sometimes really limit our choices and options. But the game doesn't stop. It invites us to keep playing. It is up to us to remember the freedom we have to change our mind and make choices. We can stop and stress, or we can jump back in and keep on. We can beat ourselves up about stuff, but we don't have to spend the rest of our lives doing so. We can let it go. I know everybody has heard of meditation and mindfulness by now, and anybody who has had Mr. Franklin has learned about breathing. The point of all of this, at its simplest, is to learn how to let go of a thought, any thought, and particularly a thought that we get stuck on. It's a way of practicing freedom and letting yourself just be. Anybody who has messed up in any activity has had that thought of, oh my God, I have so messed up, I cannot go on. And you have messed up for the moment. So why the focus on breathing? Because it's happening now, and it's always happening. It's the physical reminder that life is continuing. You can stop being stuck on a thought and come back to your life and keep playing, even after you mess up. And that's the great lesson of all of those continuous sports. You flub the line, the play goes on. You miss the ball, the game goes on. We either get back in the game or we don't. And if we don't get back in the game, guess what? We're still in the game. We've just put ourselves on the sideline, that's all. And that's okay too. All you have to do to not get stuck is to let go of that thought, I messed up, long enough to let yourself get back in the game. The point of remembering to breathe is that while you're remembering to breathe, you've let go of that thought, and voila, you're back in the game. So, where are we in all of this? The players, on the stage, choosing parts, playing roles, making mistakes, remembering to breathe, and jumping back in. So, to my fellow classmates, let's give ourselves a round of applause as we take the stage. Thank you.
Although this wasn't an ideal year for Swampscott High School, it only brought to light how caring and passionate our faculty truly is. When they were dealt an unimaginable situation, their response only enforced how our faculty is capable of handling such harrowing circumstances with grace and the utmost consideration for us students. Everyone went above and beyond to make things work for our student body. In particular, Mr. Kowalski was appointed the interim principal and exceeded everyone's expectations, exemplifying what Swampscott High School is all about: work ethic and unity. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2016 principal, Mr. Frank Kowalski.
Good afternoon. Superintendent, school committee, Mrs. Mackey, faculty, invited guests, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, welcome. It's truly an honor to stand before you on this special day. My message is simple and to the point, and not really groundbreaking. I have 3 nuggets of wisdom I'd like to share as you enter upon your next chapter in your life's journey. Number 1, be a student of the game. Show up, find the flow, play with grit, love, laugh, and cry. Embrace winning, learn how to lose. Losing has more lessons than winning. If you lose and say it wasn't fair, well, life isn't fair. Losing develops and creates character. Always smile, because it's never as bad as it seems. And above all, always pay attention to the rules. And graduates, please remember to always wear your lanyards. Remind yourself to be present. Be an active participant. Know that time is precious. The most precious commodity in your life is your time. Give it. Understand that text messages is not the same as a phone call. Be a better listener than a talker. Daily check-ins with family and friends. Visit your grandparents, not always asking for money. Don't live vicariously through others. Set a high standard and hold yourself accountable for being present. And finally, be kind. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, you cannot do a kindness too soon, for you never know how soon it will be too late. Graduates, as you enter into a new beginning, think of others before yourself. Be a friend, don't be self-absorbed. See the good in others, not the flaws. Embrace diversity, because it simply makes you a better human being. Challenge yourself each day to do an act of kindness. And finally, say thank you and be kind to all those that have positively influenced your lives. You didn't do it alone. And in closing, from the late great Muhammad Ali, it isn't the mountains ahead that wear you down, it's the pebble in your shoe. Congratulations to the class of 2016. Godspeed. Now we've gotten to the scholarship part of the program. We gratefully acknowledge the generosity of the numerous individuals and organizations who have offered scholarships to the members of the class of 2016. When I call your name, please stand for a brief second to be acknowledged. New scholarships. Mark Bellistock Memorial Scholarship, Matthew Zimmer. Susan Benevento Memorial Scholarship, Jessica Gambali. Gerald Brenner Memorial Scholarship, Juliana Mignon. Marianne Callahan DeMont Memorial Scholarship. There are 2 recipients, Olivia Kyle and Juliana Mignon. Coach Dombowski Scholarship, William Green. Swampscott High School Class of 2003 Scholarship, Anna Driscoll. Ferris J. Bogart III Memorial Scholarship, Sophia Bicos. Lillian M. Bassett Memorial Scholarship, there are 2 recipients, Megan Hartman and Edward Pileski. Big Blue Hockey Blue Line Club Scholarship, Dante Ciccarelli. Brian Bagley Bates Memorial Scholarship, Taylor Spinney. Cassie Family Memorial Scholarship in memory of Judith A. Cassie and Francis J. Cassie. There are 2 recipients, Mackenzie Faulkner and Jay Cooper. The Mike Cheever Scholarship, Edward Pileski. Clark School PTA Scholarship, Sophia Waddell. The Coaches Memorial Scholarship, Anna Hunt. The Marguerite Danahy Scholarship, Taylor Spinney. James H. Dunn Memorial Scholarship, Celia Vu. Alice T. and Margaret E. Durgan Memorial Scholarship, Paige Legier. Kirsten Engstrom and Keelan Gorman Memorial Scholarship, Andrew Richardson. Friends of Philip Beach Scholarship, there are 2 recipients, Olivia Capone and Julia Massey. Faye Gersman Rostov Memorial Scholarship, Tess DeBedetto. Ellen K. Goldberg Memorial Scholarship, Julie Zabar. Carolyn B. Hayes Memorial Scholarship, Jessica Gambali. Haggerty Brothers Scholarship, Daniel Masaski. The Maureen Ingram Memorial Scholarship, Megan Hartman. Johnson Family Memorial Scholarship, Megan Dolan. Matthew J. Kamen Rainbow Scholarship, Antonio Tucker Figueroa. Sally and Irving Kaplan Memorial Scholarship, Megan Morocco. Recipient Julie Carger Memorial Scholarship, Madison Haynen. The Rocco Lozano Memorial Scholarship, Lydia Antrim. Thomas McManus Memorial Scholarship, there are 3 recipients, Anna Hunt, Emily Guo, and Alana O'Keefe. Specialist Justin K. Moore's Memorial Scholarship, Olivia Kyle. Jamie Moore and Ruthie Passon Memorial Scholarship, Jamie Levinson. The Norton Family Scholarship, there are 2 recipients, Zoe Petty and Emma Wright. Paradise Gym and Fitness Scholarship goes to Eliza Grant. Paradiso Restaurante Scholarship, Tiana Delano. Patrons of Performing Students Band Scholarship, William Green. Patrons of Performing Students Chorus Scholarship, Jackson Smith. Patrons of Performing Students Drama Scholarship, Jupiter Myers Costantino. Glenn S. Peterson Memorial Hockey Scholarships, there are 2 recipients, Peter Doyle and Dante Ciccarella. The Glenn S. Peterson Memorial Scholarship, Leo Weil. Darlene Pye Memorial Scholarship, Tiana Delano. The Specialist Jared J. Raymond Memorial Scholarship, Sarah Thompson. The James A. Remus Memorial Scholarship, Kevin Strothman. Bertha G. Roger Memorial Scholarship goes to Maria Vasvilla. Sagan Realty Scholarship for Excellence, Elizabeth Tibbetts. The Stephen Santinello Memorial Scholarship, Jake Cooper. The David Sherman Rotary Scholarship, Daniel Masowski. Faith Ashore Scholarship, Scholar Athlete Memorial Scholarship, Alana O'Keefe. Edward I. Schraub Memorial Scholarship, Olivia Cook. Scholarship Arts Association, the Suzanne Mogul Scholarship goes to Jupiter Myers Costantino. Scholarship Firefighters Union 1459, there were two recipients, Stephanie Waters and Mackenzie Faulkner. Swampscott Gridiron Club Scholarship, there are two recipients, Leo Wiley and Demos Themas Leokopoulos. Swampscott High Band Association Scholarship to Jeffrey Montez. Swampscott High School Class of 1950 Scholarship and Honor Class President Alan Shackman. There are two recipients, Christina King and Taylor Spinney. Swampscott High School Class of 1962 Scholarship in memory of Harvey J. Michaels, Jeffrey Montez. Swampscott High School Class of 1966 Scholarship, Jupiter Myers Constantino. Swampscott High School Class of 1982, Jason Eklund Memorial Scholarship, Catherine Papel. Swampscott High School Chorus Scholarship, Jackson Smith. Swampscott High School Drama Club Scholarship, Theophani Hatsalampru. Swampscott High School Senior Flag Football Scholarship, there are two recipients, Megan Morocco, Miranda Nacera. Swampscott High School Parent Teacher Forum Scholarship, there are two recipients, Madison Van Dam and Emma Wright. Swampscott High School Student Council Scholarship, Lydia Antrim. Swampscott High School Police Association Scholarship, Tiana Delano. Swampscott Rotary Scholarship, Emanuela Fabrakikakis. Sorry. The Paul Webster Memorial Scholarship, Madison Hannon. Swampscott War Memorial Scholarship, memory of Ernest Manchan, Alana Ayam Mabelblatt. Swampscott War Memorial Scholarship, memory of Joseph J. Basama, Sharon Sokolaskaya. Swampscott Women's Club Scholarship, Eliza Grant. Swampscott Yacht Club, the Lewis Williams Memorial Scholarship, Nicholas Shabelli. Unitarian Universal Church of Greater Lynn Scholarship, there are 5 recipients, Olivia Cook, Theophani Hudson-Prue, Sarah Hinkson, Michael Jett, and Zoe Petty. And finally, the Mark Abbott Wine and World Scholarship, Testa Benedetto. Looks like it's finally time. All right, this time I'd like to call up William Green and Matthew Zimmer, Student Council, School Committee reps, and I invite Karen Marshall, Chair of the School Committee, Superintendent of Schools, Pamela Angelakis, Ms. Mackey, to do the presentation of the diplomas. Ready? Diplomas. Can you pass these out? You guys want to shake it? No, you need Ready? Okay, here we go. Valedictorian, Anna Hunt. President, Zoe Petty. Vice President Celine Vu. Secretary Olivia Capone. Treasurer Olivia Cook. William Green. Matthew Zimmer.
Brandon Edelman. Rebecca Albo. Stephen Albright. Lydia Antrim. Malik Arashish. Jeremy Armano. Maeve Austin. James Baldwin. Alexander Barbara. Patrick Bartholomew. Maximilian Bazarov. Jeffrey Bentz. Sophia Bikos. Samantha Blank. Corey Blue. Nicholas Bocci. Shannon Brawley. Jason Brenner. Brandon Byrne. Amanda Callum. Gonzalo Capricious Gari. Jonathan Cancel. Olivia Carl. Casey Carmody. Madison Carroll. Isabella Castiello. Dante Ceccarelli. Maria Chikvachvili. Walker Christie. Sean Clifford. Ian Conity. Corinne Cook. Jake Cooper. Sarah Cunningham. Linda DeSico. Tiana Delano. Tess DiBenedetto. Megan Dolan. Peter Doyle. Anna Driscoll. Timothy Dumais. Erickson Eaton. Alexandra Elwell. Anderson Angle. Juan Espinal. Emanuela Fabricarakis. Mackenzie Faulkner. Isabel Fillenworth. Christian Flynn. Ryan Flynn. Matthew Gallo. Brett Gumbali. Jessica Gumbali. Vivian Gier. Emma Garadini. Eliza Grant. Alexandra Groom. Emily Gua. Madison Hannon. Ian Hamilton. Amira Harara. Megan Harrington. Megan Hartman. Theophany Hatzelempru. Emily Hang. Daniel Hingston. Sarah Hingston. Christian Howard. Matthew Hubauer. Matthew Jacobs. Amari Johnson. Rachel Kid-Levy. Christina King. Simon Klee. Isabella Korninski. Emma Ladano.
Yours now.
Olivia Leach. Abby LeBlanc. Michael Legier. Paige Legier. Adam Leith. Jamie Levinson. Sydney Levine. Demosthenes Leokopoulos. Yana Litvak. Ariana Malcolm. Aaliyah Marbleblad. Megan Morocco. Julia Martin. Sarah Martin. Daniel Mazarski. Julia Massey. Tyler McHugh. Sarah Mad Dog McCrae. Cameron McTagg. Emily Mesher. August Michaud. Juliana Mignon. Jeffrey Montez. Gabriella Marino King. Daniela Moroz. Milka Moise. I hope that was right. Jupiter Myers Constantino. Miranda Nocera. Amber Nunez. Elena O'Keefe. Edward Pileski. Catherine Papel. Danny Pena. Christian Peterson. Jackson Porter. Joseph Ragusa. Brett Resnick. Andrew Richardson. Madison Robbins Lenz. Jake Roberts. Caitlin Rogers. Cameron Rogers. Anthony Ross. Benjamin Rossman. Laura Sapochnikova. Nicholas Shabeli. Leandra Scott. Bailey Shore. Stephanie Silveira Barros. Ethan Smith. Jackson Smith. Caitlin Schneiderman. Sharon Sokolovskaya. Taylor Spinney. Jacob Stiganga. Kevin Strothman. Bridget Sweeney. Reginald Sylvester. Sarah Thompson. Travis Thurman. Elizabeth Tibbetts. Emily Travasio. Antonia Tucker Figueroa. Joseph Turcott. Madison Van Dam. Alexandra Vogel. Stephanie Waters. Megan Weisenberger. Sophia Wydell. Leo Weil. Lauren Walensky. Emma Wright. Jonathan Cole Wurzel. And last but certainly not least, Julie Zabar.
Before I call on the class treasurer to close the ceremony, I attest and confirm to Karen Marshall, the chair of the school committee, that the students standing before us have met the requirements to be graduates of Swampscott High School.
I accept Principal Kowalski's affirmation that these students have met the requirements set down by the school committee and bestow upon them the title of graduate.
I now invite Olivia Cook to close the ceremony.
Someone dropped my step stool. Being a teammate of Olivia Cook's for the past 4 years has been a great pleasure. There's never a dull moment with Olivia. She's one of those people that lights up a room with her presence. Olivia makes the hardest plays on the field and the most difficult tests in the classroom look easy. With her natural talents and hard work mentality, it's clear to see that Olivia will probably be one of our bosses when we're older. Everyone please give a warm welcome to the class treasurer, Olivia Cook.
Good afternoon. My name is Olivia Cook, treasurer of the class of 2016, and I wish to extend my warmest welcome and thanks to everyone in attendance at today's ceremony. Parents, faculty, family, friends, and other distinguished guests, my sincere thank you on behalf of the graduating class for your unconditional love and support not only these last 4 years, but these last 18. Every year, I swear the closing speaker crafts a novel about how short his or her speech is going to be, and it ends up being so tragically ironic that you can feel the tension between the students and the speaker. So with that being said, I assure you that my speech is of modest length, because the last thing I would want is for you guys to leave SHS feeling tortured by my words. Truthfully, I wish I could talk endlessly, because my last sentence ultimately concludes our time together as a class. So I ask that you take a moment to acknowledge that reality and reflect on all of the wonderful moments these past 4 years, and even the bad, because there's always beauty to be had within struggle as well. We stand here today on the precipice of the future. It's not a distant reality anymore. It begins here, it begins today. We began high school as children, but we're leaving here as adults. We've completed a basic education that will serve as the platform we use to launch ourselves into our futures. Some of us will go on to college, others will go straight into the workforce or armed forces, but each of us will travel our own path. No matter where we go or what we do, challenges lie ahead of us. What I'm asking from each of you and from myself is to meet those challenges straight on with your head held high and your heart wide open. It's not enough to simply try to get by in life. That doesn't make the world move forward. You must try to excel in everything you do, strive for excellence in every task, large or small, and tie meaning with passion. Your individual successes benefit society as a whole, because when you succeed, you lighten the burden on your fellow man. And I want to thank each and every one of you for lightening my burden and making my time here nothing but special. All of your accomplishments so far have gotten you into the very seats you're sitting in, but these very same achievements have also helped the person sitting to your left and your right. Although we have spent countless hours working for many individual purposes, whether these purposes be artistic, athletic, or academic, I have found that the time we have consciously idled away to be the most memorable. Times when we thought we were doing nothing, but we were actually learning and growing together, turned out to be some of the best days of our lives. I look forward to the next chapter of my life, just as much as I am eager to see what the future holds for each of you. We are truly blessed to have such a familiar support system in this little town we call home. Our community has gifted us with so many opportunities, so it is only righteous that we give back by going out into the world and proving how bright and innovative we really are. At the 2007 Howard University commencement, Oprah Winfrey said, "Sometimes you found out what you were supposed to be doing by doing the things you were not supposed to do." And I think this quote very well epitomizes our high school days. Our faults can only guide us in the future, and wounds can only be turned into wisdom. So once again, thank you to everyone who exploited our mistakes, because we are only more prepared for the series of obstacles that life throws at us. And I wholeheartedly believe in the potential of the people sitting before me. And no matter where life takes us, I ask that you remember your roots and cherish how integral the town of Swampscott has been to your childhood. We are very deserving of today's celebration, and I wouldn't have wanted to spend my time here with anyone else. So to the class of 2016, I offer you my most sincere gratitude. Thank you. Now, without further ado, something I've been overwhelmingly excited to announce. First, can everyone just remove the tassel? You guys have your caps ready? Almost. Ready? Hats off to the class of 2016!